Hey, everybody, and welcome.
I'm in the danger zone!
What the
It's
hell?
not funny.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the DarkMatch. I am No Leaf Clover, and we haven't even started the show, and we're already losing our fucking minds.
I'm Tiefus, and you know the rest.
I'm Magpie, and I'm having conniption fit.
I am your foxy friend, and I'm your foxy friend Backlash. That one guy who's there, but nobody really thinks about.
Who?
Exactly.
So he's Anderson.
Unfortunately, Iron Sheik is boring, and we already talked about how Alex Riley pretty much called out that Eve gave him a blowjob, right?
Yep, he took the dip.
To quote Linda Trittman, it's like butter.
Ew.
What?
Okay, moving on.
I wonder if it was more margarine or natural butter.
Ew.
Shut up!
Lap it up, yum, yum, yum.
I do not need to think about what Alex Riley tastes like.
Can't believe it's not butter.
It's like Long Island iced tea. Tall, cold.
This show got off to an awesome start.
I'm just waiting. How long can you keep this going?
Show got off to an awesome start. Anyways, we're supposed to be talking about the week in WWE, and it was a solid week in WWE programming. And well, go ahead.
I thought Raw sucked.
Yeah, Raw was blah. It wasn't good, but it wasn't good.
It's
easier to say it sucks. Well, there were moments that were good, but it wasn't all around good.
It was okay.
So on the SmackDown.
On SmackDown.
The end.
Yeah. But at any rate, we open the show with our WWE champion, Alberto Del Rio, along with his awesome ring announcer, Ricardo Rodriguez.
And they're not happy about getting booed by the Canadians.
Coming in a porn near you.
That's what you're going to do tonight, just make sex jokes?
Why, he was in a porn.
He wasn't in a porn, he was an extra in a porn.
He was in a porn.
Yeah, but he didn't get naked.
But he was in a porn.
That doesn't count. He wasn't in the porn. He was just...
Yeah, but that's like going up to an extra in Godfather and saying you weren't in the movie, but you're clearing the frame.
They weren't in the movie.
But they were.
They weren't in the movie. Anybody who would say, oh, I was in The Godfather, when they're just an extra, it's just a douchebag.
Every single munchkin in The Wizard of Oz would like to have a word with you.
Yeah, well, I could punt them, so who cares?
And the Ewoks.
No one likes the Ewoks.
I like the Ewoks.
It's because you're weird and you smell funny.
Shut up.
At any rate, Del Rio says everyone's making fun of him last week because Cena hit him with the attitude adjustment.
I thought we made fun of him because he talks funny.
Racism. And Del Rio says he's the undisputed WWE champion and no one can make fun of him.
He needs to stop saying that.
Yeah,
it didn't make sense the first time. It's not going to make sense now.
No.
Makes sense to me. I just disagree.
Del Rio, he talks about, taking out Ray and, takes credit for making Edge retire. He says he beat CM Punk and I will beat John Cena at Night of the Champion. No, you won't. He talks about how he's the champion again and he's the greatest of the great. And I like Del Rio, but I don't particularly like his run thus far as WWE champion. Is it just me, or is...
I agree with that sentiment. I just wish they would run with it, like with more title defenses. Like say he would either win clean or with underhanded ways. But it's just like, you can't beat me. I'm one of the greats. See, I already took out this guy you like and this guy. That it would mean more.
I don't know. I think it's just been kind of weird that his first night as champion, he beats Rey Mysterio clean, and then Cena accuses him of being a chicken shit. And it's just kind of left me with a weird feeling.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is about his title reign that's bugging me, but there's something not there, and I feel
it's very underwhelming.
It's like there could be
Mexican people.
I feel like the problem is, I feel like the problem kind of is the fact that he cashed in the Money in the Bank contract, and that there was no real build up to his title opportunity. We all knew he was going to cash in the Money in the Bank contract, when someone was down, but I don't know, it just didn't. It didn't have the right amount of build up for anyone to really, give a shit.
The worst part is leading into Survivor Series, we know he's just going to be a footnote champion, just like Miz was leading into WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the Money in the Bank contract nowadays is like we'll let you cash in the contract, and then you'll lose the belt a month later, and then if you did good in your run, we'll give you another run soon after that. I mean, that's
yeah.
It's kind of like the Make-A-Wish Foundation of title shots.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's your moment in the sun. Go run with it, and then
You're fired.
You'll lose. So I think it has something to do within the next 2 weeks, because be entertaining.
Yeah. So next up, Bret Hart's music. It's an Out Comes the Hitman, which was which is a pleasant surprise until you realized that the show was in Canada, and you're like, wow, that shouldn't be surprising at all.
I gotta say though, Jerry the King Lawler is like we all know Bret the Hitman's Hart theme song. As soon as you hear that guitar screech, you know it's Bret. And then Jerry's just like, wait, could it be it? Could it be him? Is it who I think it is? Yes, you fucking moron. Who else's theme is that?
Yeah, it's like with the whole car crash. It's like, oh my god, is that? It can't be. Yeah, it's Mick fucking Foley.
We always know who it is.
I hear voices in my head. It can't be. Yes, it is.
Oh, man, what's this now? It's Booker. It's Randy Orton, Booker. It's always Randy Orton. Who else comes to that theme song?
Apollo! Oh my god, it's Cody Rhodes.
I would love it if fucking Cody Rhodes came out to, my time.
I would love it if for one of these special appearances that Bret Hart makes, they showed the outside of the arena, like a car pulls up and he gets out and says, hey, thanks for the ride, man. I'll catch you later. And HBK leans out the driver's side and goes, yeah, I'll pick you up when the show's over. Bye. And drives off.
Yeah, that's how you do a guest star.
Like if they advertised HBK to appear on the show in San Antonio or something, and that's what happened,
yeah,
I'd be like, fuck yeah.
No, it's
yeah. So, of course, crowd topped because Bret's there, and Bret comes out and says, he didn't come to disrespect him. He came to give him some good advice. And
when his advice is to wear khaki shorts, I'm not going to take it.
He said when he looks at Del Rio, he sees a man who doesn't know what it means to be real champion. And Del Rio, of course, is like, I took out Rey Mysterio and I took out Edge, and I'll take you out too. Really? You're going to take out the stroke victim? Really? Really? Okay, that makes you toughish. Bret says, Del Rio is all style and no substance. And,
this promo just went on forever, it felt like, really.
Yeah.
There was nothing, it was very basic, nothing really accomplished, nothing special about it.
Like, I like seeing Bret in everything, but he's not, he never was the best talker, and especially now, it's even more so.
If you ask me, he was never the best anything, but, I mean, mileage may vary on that.
Oh, boy, you're going to piss off all the Canadians.
Oh, fuck the Canadians.
I like Canadians.
Who doesn't? Oh, wait.
So, John
Evolve,
Cena's
man.
music hits next, and Cena comes out. He calls Del Rio a coward again. It's a weird thing because he hasn't been acting like
He's defended the championship several times. He's won cleanly every time.
And then he beats up people after the fucking match.
Yeah,
But
I just beat your ass, and I'm gonna keep going. How do you like it? Yeah.
That's not the same thing as being a coward. I guess the thing is that he does run away sometimes when the situation's bad, but every fucking heel does that. Every heel's a coward, which is kind of the problem I have with them calling him a coward in particular. It's like, that's every heel's gimmick, is that they're a coward, and they don't want to fight.
And I think that gimmick, like, that is true, and it's especially abundant now. But I mean, that point is abundantly clear. But I just think the cowardly heel thing, that kind of, in a whole, that needs to be scaled out of it because it's kind of run its course to me. I don't know. It's just,
I honestly think John Cena has like a little book of chapters of how to respond to people you don't like, and he's just going through it chapter by chapter each time he comes up against a new opponent.
Well, you know, if you're going to call someone a coward, at least go the extra mile to make them look like a coward. I'm actually thinking back all the way to 2003 when Christian was feuding with Booker T over the Intercontinental title. They had like 6 matches that all ended in Christian either getting disqualified or running away. That's cowardly behavior. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Cowardly behavior isn't running away from the occasional fight, but most of the time beating your opponent clean as a fucking whistle and then beating them up after the match.
Yeah, to be a coward, you have to do something to get out of the fight.
Yeah.
Whether it's just walking away or getting the early DQ just to avoid fighting.
Yeah. The gist of the rest of this promo is that a match is set up by John Laurinaitis.
oh, God.
Oh,
That
man,
cult of personality.
I miss smoking.
Sorry. Yeah.
I bet if I just stood near him, I'd get a secondhand smoke high.
Dude, it's like listening to
John
Laurinaitis talk.
Laurinaitis makes a match for later in the night. It's going to be Ricardo Rodriguez and Alberto Del Rio versus John Cena and Bret the Hitman Hart.
Dude, listen to that
goody.
Also, by the way, I fucked the shit out of Giant Baba's wife.
Listening to that banal incubus talk, dude, it was like listening to, the humongous villain from the Mad Max movies. It was like listening to that dude's little less charismatic brother.
That hurt my throat. That's what she said. Sorry.
I think we're above
That was
that type
bad,
of thing.
dude.
Sorry.
He's not even on he's not even on that show anymore.
I
know,
said
man.
sorry.
And we're still letting you know that was bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have to curb that behavior.
God damn it. Yeah. After that, commentators, talk up the big final face-off between Punk and Triple H. And then after the commercial break, we come back and we have our first match of the night, which is Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison and Alex Riley.
That was a good match.
Yeah, this was all right.
I mean, to me, like, the first exchange, like, just watching Ziggler and Morrison, like, when Morrison did the not the monkey flip, the arm drag, and then Ziggler landed on his feet, he's like, fuck you, and then hits him. That was a cool exchange, and that was making me think, wait, why wasn't just these two just on Raw? That would have been more entertaining. But I know they're trying to resuscitate Swagger's career, so I hope it works.
The story of this match, of course, is going to be that, the story of this match was basically set up so that Dolph would watch Swagger lose because Swagger and Dolph are fighting over Vicky right now, which is just fucking weird. Did we ever think that, like, a year ago, two guys would be fighting over Vicky?
She has become an in-demand manager.
She is kind of the manager of champions now. If there's a Bobby Heenan in fucking WWE, teach us, you piece of shit, it's Vicky. It's not Michael Cole.
I didn't say Michael Cole was the Bobby Heenan in terms of managing. I said in terms of commentary.
You're still wrong.
You're wrong. My show, damn it.
It's not your show.
My show.
At any rate, the show keeps
Internal
coming to a
conflict.
grinding halt. Josh Matthews is backstage with R-Truth and The Miz, and Matthews points out that Triple H is going to give them a tag team championship match at Night of Champions, despite all their claims of, it being conspiracy, and he asks if their feelings on Triple H have changed. And Miz takes the mic, and they're walking and they're talking, and he says, all anyone is talking about is the face-off between Punk and Triple H, which is, part of the the conspiracy. Because if it wasn't a conspiracy, then they'd all be talking about Miz and R-Truth.
You lost me.
You
You completely lost me in that description.
Well, you explained it better then.
I don't wanna. God,
It's wrestling. Moving on.
We're just having such a hard time talking about this damn show, aren't we?
That's because usually Christopher Says is the one that talks.
God damn him, he's at Death Before Dishonor. Fucker.
Is that where he is?
Yes, I would have
Son of
been
a
watching
bitch.
that right now, but I can't.
Well, anyways, let's get to our next match, which is Miz versus Kofi Kingston. And again, it's another pretty decent match.
Yeah, Kofi looked more impressive than this in The Miz, although Miz was always just, he's on his game and solid wrestler, just not that entertaining to watch, but he always does what he's supposed to and gets things done.
You don't think The Miz is entertaining to watch?
Well, in the ring, as a dude on the mic, I love watching him doing that, and as a character especially, just in the ring, though, I like his matches, and I like matches he's been in and the stuff he's sold, but, it's not that impressive. It's just not one of those things. Like, I would rather watch a Morrison match,
Yeah.
This is based on in-ring skills, though. As a character, I love that dude.
Sure. I can understand that.
Well, again, decent match, and of course Miz ends up winning because they're trying to really build these guys up going into Night of Champions, even though I don't really think they're going to win. Mostly because if they really want to run with this conspiracy plot, I don't think having them as tag team champions is really going to help that.
And booking-wise, it's just you want your current tag team champions to look credible, so this is like their first major threat. Why not have them win it? And then maybe the next time Miz and R-Truth challenge for it, then they can go over. But this time, let's make a clean victory for the faces in this and the champions, because we need to make them look strong.
It's nice that they're actually treating the tag team championships like they're actual fucking belts. And maybe it's just because, it's not a champions coming up and all the belts have to be defended, but it's nice that, that they're trying to make something out of nothing. Wait. I forgot. Who's the United States champion right now?
Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. I almost forgot.
You had one of those blackout moments, did you?
Yeah, because I was saying that they were doing a good job of building up all the belts, and I was like, I absolutely fucking forgot who the United States champion is.
Oh, Intercontinental Champion? That's Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. I know that.
All right.
Who was the guy before Cody?
Huh?
I've completely forgotten.
Oh, that's right. It was a tournament because the title had to be vacated because the current holder just disintegrated.
Yeah,
That was a fun
let's go
week.
with that.
What are we in fucking Star Trek now? Did someone use a phaser on him?
I don't know.
No,
Anyways, we have
fantasy from Q. You don't pay any attention to that.
Anyways,
we have Vicky Guerrero backstage with Teddy Long.
Jesus
And-
Christ, the holodecks come to life again.
Are you done?
Maybe.
I'm hesitant to continue because I know you're going to start again.
Just try and find out.
keep going.
Basically, Teddy's setting up the fatal four-way for Night of Champions between Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, John Morrison, and Alex Riley. And Vicky is not happy about this for some reason. And then hey, we have Kelly, hooray.
And right when that happened, right exactly when that happened, I remember watching Raw with my best friend, and we were sitting there, it's like, oh, dude, do you think they're going to have a Kelly and Vicky match? It's like, no one's that stupid. And then we paused after saying that, we looked at each other like, oh, shit, that could happen. And then, of course, it was announced that night Kelly would have her revenge against her former boss, Vicky Guerrero. And right there is when I went out. Now, luckily, I went down the street just to get a Swisher, so I thought I would miss the match, but nope, I missed the other segment and then got home right in time for that match, so I didn't even get to miss it.
Look, I like Vicky, but I don't want to see her wrestle, and I definitely don't want to see her wrestle fucking Kelly.
I want to see her fight someone with a shoe again.
Now, that'd be entertaining.
That was funny, but as we'll see when we get to this match, it's just bad.
Yeah.
So, I don't see how it could be.
This next segment is what really starts to confuse me because it's Michael McGillicuddy and David Otunga versus Jerry Lawler and his mystery opponent. Is this going to be a running thing where Jerry Lawler just continually buries these guys for no apparent reason? I mean, if WWE hates them that much, just send them back to FCW, okay? Stop wasting my time with these fucking tag team matches.
Wait, I have a theory.
But we have to have Team McGillicuddy or Tungacuddy or whatever the fuck it is they're called versus Team Lawler at Survivor Series.
I didn't even think of that.
That's 2 months away, dude.
Yeah, remember the Cole Lawler feud?
Oh, God.
No!
Damn. That just depressed the fuck out of me.
Great.
Happy holidays.
There's no hope.
School starts soon, too.
School's already in session. That's why War Machine is not here.
No, not for me. It doesn't start till Wednesday for me.
At any rate, McGillicuddy and Otunga versus Jerry Lawler and Sheamus.
Wait, didn't Sheamus kick the crap out of Jerry the King Lawler once?
Sheamus has kicked the crap out of a lot of people.
Yeah. I think Sheamus has kicked everybody in the face at this point.
Except Mark Henry.
No, he kicked Mark Henry in the face.
Yeah,
that's done having
coming. Man.
He's kicked everybody in the face. But Sheamus and Jerry Lawler win. and it was an okay match. I will say this, McGillicuddy and Otunga have improved from where they were before, but they're not interesting characters. Like, they're characters who are getting pissed that Jerry the King Lawler. Who cares what those fuckers have to say?
Also, in the course of this match, it was nice to see Sheamus hit the once-in-a-while cross powerbomb. I fucking love that move, and I'm glad he gets to hit it.
He's been using it a lot more as his finisher now.
I hope so. That's a great move. I'd like to see that more often than the bro kick. I mean, the bro kick's cool, but I like the cross powerbomb just because I'm a huge fan of that move.
But anyways, we move on from this. We see Ricardo Rodriguez and Alberto Del Rio backstage getting ready for their match. And I gotta be honest, I don't really like what they're doing with Ricardo because eventually he is going to become a wrestler on Raw or SmackDown probably. And making him look this bad this early in his career, it just doesn't sit well with me.
Well, it might be one of those things where he breaks away from Del Rio and has a really valiant fight against Del Rio, and then he beats Del Rio, and then he moves on.
So you're saying he could be the next Alex Riley?
Yeah, I think if they're gonna go anything, it'll probably be like that.
Well,
if not, he could always be the next interpreter for Great Khali.
I don't know. I think he would be the next Road, but we'll get to SmackDown in a second.
Anyways, we move on to the match. John Cena and Bret Hart versus Alberto Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez. And
does anyone expect Bret Hart to really do anything special in this?
Nope.
No, they wouldn't let him have a chair.
No, he wasn't able to just beat the fuck out of someone with the chair. So
yeah,
there was no chance of Bret Hart having any sort of input whatsoever in this match.
Yeah, short of his opponent putting themselves in the figure 4 leg lock with him, he's kind of screwed.
Yeah.
Well, we all knew what the finish was going to be.
Wait, you mean you didn't expect for Bret Hart to lock the sharpshooter?
No, I said we all knew what the finish was going to be.
No, I mean, you did. I mean, that took me completely by surprise. I wasn't expecting it at all.
I was completely in the dark.
Yeah. I was shocked and appalled by that finish.
Who could have seen that one coming? I mean,
The
move that made Stone Cold Steve Austin famous by not tapping out. No.
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 No. I mean, he's only beaten, hundreds of other guys with it.
And he's a returning legend getting into the ring for one last match or whatever. And really, a classic move from him? No.
Nah. Wouldn't happen.
Have we milked
I don't
this
know.
enough yet?
Maybe I'm just better at predicting stuff than you guys.
Have we milked this joke enough yet?
Apparently.
Okay.
Rodriguez taps out to the sharpshooter. John Cena and Bret Hart win. Below average match.
Were you expecting it to be more than average? I mean,
even by Cena standards.
Well,
Del Rio and Cena are going to save everything they have for their actual fucking match.
yeah, you got the world champion facing his challenger in a tag team match, also including a guy that's not really known as a wrestler yet, and a guy that's a legend. You know what the finish is going to involve. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You can't let them give away too much free on TV.
It was a nice little feel-good moment, but other than that, it's whatever.
And I'd say it's a nice way for the other guys to advance their feud, but they didn't.
Yeah. So after that, we get this... I didn't like this next part, where we get this weird... Well, first we have Cena taking the mic and telling Del Rio his destiny will change and all that shit, but whatever. And then after that, we get this really fucking self-congratulatory thing where WWE talks about how they were the first people to put on a show after 9/11.
Well, they've been showing something.
They've
been showing something like that for the past 10 years around every anniversary of 9/11, and yeah, I agree. But what really struck me is that this time it was narrated by Cena, which before it was just some announcer guy who had done it.
The rated R superstar.
Superstar.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was. I thought
Out of
that
place.
Sunday. I thought that Sunday because last Sunday was the first week of the NFL season, and the NFL did a really good job of having subtle tributes where it was all about the survivors and remembrance and stuff, and they didn't talk about how important football was to getting people back to normal and all that shit. And I just felt like it was really kind of I don't know if disrespectful is the right word.
Self-fellatio?
Yeah.
It's like of all the times to stroke your ego, that's the time you want to do it. Like, you could have done this with the Facebook friends, but you had to do it for this.
To kind of suck your own cock, because I understand that I was happy that WWE had that show that week, but it just felt like too much of a pat on the back and not enough, remembrance and, praise for soldiers. It was a little bit too much of we were the first people to have a show back after 9/11.
In a creepy way. In a creepy and morbid way, it's kind of like they're saying, yeah, we were fucking there for you when you had that tragedy. Appreciate what we do for you.
It kind of puts into perspective when we're complaining about when they're advertising all those bullshit statistics like, oh, Raw, longest running weekly show.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's just, this is really how douchebaggery they can get.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too self-congratulatory.
Well, at the same time, it doesn't matter if they'd done it the right way or they'd done it this way or done it worse. I really didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. It's
For
like,
one, it was the day after 9/11, so it was hard.
I can understand that because they don't have a show that Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, for my part, let it go, everybody. Please, just let it go. Let's not forget it or anything, but let's not.
And you know what? You know what's sick? I actually kind of have to give credit to TNA on this because what they did for 9/11 was actually a bit more classy than this because.
It was a lot more classy.
Yeah, because we talk about the interview with Rosita, whose father actually died during this, and it was just her talking about that experience, not really.
It wasn't a promo. It wasn't anything like that. They had Jesse Neal come out in his uniform, and they were just.
And they had her break character for it.
And they had a moment of silence, and that was it. And that was that. And
it wasn't self-congratulatory.
That's all you fucking need.
And that's pretty much all they had that show right after 9/11. That's all they had. And that's what made people feel so excited for it, because it was just like...
Take my mind off this horrible fucking thing that just happened.
And if anything, if they wanted to do something that wasn't self-congratulatory, but at the same time remember, like, hey, we were there for the moment, this sucks, so Lillian Garcia sing America the Beautiful. Go.
Yeah, that would be awesome if Lillian came back.
Oh yeah.
And they had the moment of silence, and then Lillian sang the national anthem. Boom.
Some sort of classy nod back to that, but not a fucking history lesson.
Yeah. Not we were the first major event after.
Don't try to turn this into a guilt trip for you. Don't try to turn this into ratings like all the news networks did. If you're gonna fucking do it,
do it classy. Be understated and simple, and be respectful. Don't pat yourself on the fucking back.
Yeah, and don't be snarky about it. Don't pull a Brian Kendrick.
Oh God, let's not talk about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Let's talk about some schlock.
Let's talk about Kelly versus Vicky.
And this is right when I came home with my friend thinking we missed the match. I have my dinner in my hand and the other thing I was going out to get. Turn on the TV thinking I missed it completely. Just when it started.
Magpie. Was the other thing you went out to get weed?
Huh? No.
Really?
No, it's
I went to go get vitamin water, DiGiorno pizza, and
I am legitimately shocked.
It is weed. He just can't remember it because he smoked.
It wasn't weed. It was the lighter to light the weed he already had.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's talk about the match. It sucked. Well, really, its only purpose was to further the feud between Dolph and Swagger. And on that regard, I won't complain, but... Ugh.
Yeah.
Waste of freaking time.
Kelly tries to bulldog Vicky. Vicky can't take bumps. Vicky can't take bumps.
She's not a wrestler. She's not supposed to take bumps.
She might be able to take a back bump, but bulldog.
No, she can't take any bumps.
A bulldog is a fairly complicated move to do and make it look like it's not complete and utter ass.
Just fall on your face.
Well, it's hard to fall on your face like that because your first fucking instinct is to put your fucking hands down.
You can do that during a bulldog. It's not going to make it hurt less. I mean...
Well, when you take a front bump like that, ideally you want to fall on your forearms.
Yeah.
And Vicky didn't do that.
Yeah, that was evident.
Well, that's Vicky. I mean...
Yeah, I didn't expect much out of her. I wasn't going to look into this with a match of the year quality, but I was like, if anything, bare minimum, this match, all I had to do was just be a comedy thing where Kelly does something funny, which she technically did, but if it could have just been funny, it would have just gotten away.
Yeah. Let's see.
And let's keep our fingers crossed that Beth just creams Kelly and just keeps the title, and then hopefully Karma will return, and then we can get that match.
Kelly wins via schoolgirl roll-up, and that's that.
Somewhere Genghis is screaming.
Is it wrong of me to sit here and say that Kelly and Dolph Ziggler would some beautiful, stupid babies?
They would have some beautiful...
Yeah, that would be true. Would they be narcissistic, or they would just be, like, simple, like Kelly?
A little bit of both. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, or maybe like one brother has that skill more than the other, and then the next sibling has that one more than the other.
Anyway,
That'd be some platinum children.
After the match, Beth Phoenix comes down to the ring, and Kelly kicks her out to the floor, and then Beth comes back.
Yeah, because you don't want to have your heel just cream the face and make more like just build up that feud. That's gonna happen. Let the heel look imposing.
Whatever. Oh, by the way, next week, Hugh Jackman's gonna be a Raw guest host.
God damn it! Fucking.
I like Hugh Jackman, but I don't want to see him.
I don't give a shit about his Rock'em Sock'em adaptation.
It is Rock'em Sock. I'm not wrong, right? That is the Rock'em Sock'em.
That is Rock'em Sock'em Robots, and they're trying to pretend that it's not.
It is.
If
they would have just called it Rock'em Sock'em Robots the movie, I wouldn't be complaining about this like blatant plagiarism. But it's not even plagiarism.
I was watching the commercial. I was like, "Oh shit, this is the Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie," and then it's something fucking stupid and generic. I'm like,
It's your intelligence. It's not even just like the fact they ripped it off. It insulted you.
The problem is they're trying to play it straight.
It looks like a serious fucking movie. It's all dark and gritty and not shiny, and it takes place in arenas. It's fucking Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
It gives me hope for the fact that if they make this movie like a gritty Rock'em Sock'em Robots, my gritty Captain Planet reboot's gonna be amazing when I write that comic book. I hope this is gonna just like open the door and just be like the first shitty movie, and I'll just walk in through that door and make the Captain Planet reboot. Oh god, I want to make that comic.
I'd read that.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you the plot later. It's great.
So up next is Josh Matthews with Mark Henry, which I don't. Basically, Mark Henry talks about how it's been 15 years and he's gotten no respect and all that shit. And he actually says it's been 15 years of not being the number one contender. Really, Mark? You haven't had a title opportunity
against any iconic figures.
How many times have they tried to push Mark Henry? You know what? No. We'll get into that shit during SmackDown. But up next is Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes in a rematch from last week's SmackDown.
And going into this, I was just like, oh, great. I'm not... Okay, while I don't mind seeing good matches, and I can't complain about seeing good matches, or just things I know that were going to be good, if not palatable, it's one of those, oh, I saw this on SmackDown already. They're just going to do the same match. I hope it's going to be different, but it's just the same thing. I want to see these guys have a diversity in who they're being booked against and facing. So I'm just like, crap. Going into that, I'm seeing the same match, but at the same time, though, I am stoked because it's Cody Rhodes and it's Randy, so it's going to be good quality, if not something palatable.
Yeah, it was a
lot better than I expected. Especially that ending.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid enough match. I didn't have any problems with it. I was kind of weary of them doing a rematch so quickly, but other than that, it was a fine match.
Yeah, it technically sounded and didn't have any problems. And like psychology, I liked how they kept up the fact that Cody's like, look, it's my time. I have the opportunity. I have to stay focused on it because like when Mark Henry would wander in at time to time in the matches, and Randy would be like, oh, we got a score to settle, and Cody'd be like, fuck this, I'm not winning in the ring. Ugh.
Yeah. The finish comes when Cody actually takes off his mask, and he hits Orton with it when the referee's not looking, and then Cody hits the crossroads and covers Orton for the win. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes has a win over Randy Orton.
And I did not see that coming, and I'm glad he did it this way too, because that just gives like Cody just way more credibility, and it's a way that makes sense too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was an all right match.
You sound so.
Well, I don't really know. I didn't really care because this match was good on SmackDown the other night. It was good on Raw tonight. There's nothing really more I can add to it.
That's true. After the match, Henry comes in the ring and beats up Orton with the chair. He stands yelling about the championship and how he's going to win the championship and blah.
And then he yelled, "It's my time," right? Or was that last week?
No, that was the singer for Triple H back in the 90s.
Oh.
But up next, we have the final face-off with Punk and Triple H. And I'm not going to go through everything that they said in the promo, but did anyone else feel like the promo was kind of meandering a little bit until right at the end where it got really good?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they had the way they're gonna open it up figured out first, and then they know what they're gonna lead to, but in the middle they're like, ad lib.
Which is good. I like promos that are kind of born of that more than I like completely and utterly fucking scripted things, because you can completely tell when things are scripted heavily. But there was just the opening was great. And in the middle was just sort of them, it was Punk saying, everything I've done myself, and Triple H saying, I didn't like you until I realized that the fans liked you, and them going back and forth about Punk being over and how Punk got himself over, and it just kind of meandered until right at the end, where Triple H finally goes, you know what, we're talking in circles, here's the bottom line. I was like, thank you for wrapping that up for me, Triple H.
And then, shit gets real.
Yep.
Because
very real.
Punk starts calling himself Phil and calling Triple H Paul, and then the mic just cuts off.
And I gotta say, I would expect CM Punk to call, Triple H his real name, but it's just it's been reported that CM Punk fucking hates when fans show up to him and just call him by his real name. So I was more surprised, he used his real name? Damn.
Well, he's gonna get called Phil a lot more at the airports now.
Oh, yeah. So, he must really believe in this angle to just put up with that annoyance.
And his microphone cuts out. Before that, Triple H says he's gonna kick his ass. And Punk is like, I like that Punk was like, you're right, you're going to kick my ass. But you know what? I'm going to kick your ass too. At the end of the day, I'm going to be the one who wins the match. If they had kept the beginning and then kept the end and cut out 5 minutes of this promo, it would have been really fucking good.
I think they cut out where he started talking about, being on the team with the X at Survivor Series a few years ago. They had cut that out. Up to the part where he said...
No, I actually like that part, because...
That was pretty good.
Because it was a good point where Punk goes, you know what, it was my first kind of main event slot, and when we walked out into the arena in Philadelphia, it wasn't 18,000 fans. You tell me I need to get over? It wasn't 18,000 fans chanting DX. It was 18,000 fans chanting CM Punk. I was like, that's a really good point, because I remember thinking that.
Yep.
So it was a good promo. It meandered a little bit in the middle, and then it got good at the end. So Punk's mic keeps cutting out, and he keeps getting pissed, and Triple H demands another microphone. He's like, what the fuck is going on here? Give him another mic. Hey, are you going to say what you need to say? Say what you need to say right here, right now. Say what you need to say. And they keep trying to get a new mic until finally Triple H hands him a mic and he's like, go ahead, say it. And then Punk looks at the mic.
Just lets loose on him.
Yeah, Punk looks at the mic, looks back at Triple H, looks at the mic, starts to talk, and then bashes him in the face.
Yeah, and God bless him for doing it. I missed it. I missed that.
And then just for a little cherry on Sunday, he gives him a good old-fashioned DX crotch chop.
Yeah.
So that was Raw. I didn't think Raw sucked.
I just think it's
retarded. As a go-home show for Night of Champions, very underwhelming.
It was bad for me at the end there, just because it's like everything else in that feud. It's very clear that Triple H doesn't know what the fuck is going on, and someone's fucking with both him and CM Punk. But CM Punk still continues to treat Triple H like his enemy and push Triple H.
Well, that's the whole point.
No, it's not. It's the fucking dumbest point ever. Because the enemy of my enemy is my friend here. Triple H got CM Punk his job back. He got him his special music. He's trying to get all these demands that Punk wanted. He's trying to listen to Punk and say, you know what, you're right. I was wrong. You do have good ideas. We should have been pushing you a little bit sooner than we were. But we did. But here, let's do it now. And Punk's like, yeah, fuck you and fuck your wife. And fuck you for everything that's happening that's clearly not your fault. That you're trying to fight against.
Who amongst us hasn't been in a situation where it was obvious one thing was happening, where it was the answer right in front of our fucking faces, but you just refuse to fucking believe it.
I have never been in that situation.
Because you just don't fucking like someone.
I've never been in that situation. I don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't happen.
Okay, fine. All I'm saying is that I think that's supposed to be the point of the gimmick, is that Punk. It's obvious that Triple H, at least at first glance, it's obvious that Triple H doesn't have a whole lot to do with what's going on. And Punk just can't get past. He can't get past essentially what the internet fans can't get past. I think that's what the angle really is about. It's about Punk being the voice of the internet and Triple H being the voice of the established, but really just trying to do his fucking job and be the leader of the fucking company. And Punk just won't give him a fucking break. He's like, what the fuck else do I have to do for this guy? And it's one of those things that's why this is what Vince Russo wants to do with all his fucking angles. The shades of gray shit. Because Punk could be right about some things, and Triple H could be right about some things. And you notice that neither guy really gets cheered more than the other guy. This is what Vince Russo fucking dreams of, but can't fucking duplicate because it's not coming from any sort of
creative outlet.
Place.
I still think it's dumb. I mean, we're supposed to believe that Punk is supposed to be super smart, but he's still falling for this. I mean,
yeah, he's an idiot. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying.
But he's supposed to be like so smart and so cerebral and everything, and it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't click for me.
Punk is also a character that's blinded by his own arrogance sometimes.
Yeah.
He is. That's his whole deal. That's his whole.
I don't think he's ever been blinded by his arrogance. I think he's trying to put up
this iteration of his character. In this iteration of his character, the importance that he feels like he places on himself, where he says, "I want to make this fun again," and how he had that huge impact. I think that's the thing where he's the internet guy. He just can't see past himself. That Triple H really doesn't have his worst interest at heart, and he's pushed Triple H to this point. He's a habitual line stepper. You just don't like people that buck authority, Jesus.
He's out. No Leaf wins. Flawless victory.
No. I still don't buy it because every step of the way, both these guys are supposed to have been like so smart, so crafty, so devious, so clever and cunning, and yet they can't tell that, hey, Laurinaitis is acting pretty goddamn suspicious. Like, where's our Scooby-Doo ending for this thing already?
It was old man Laurinaitis this whole time.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids in that damn Beth Phoenix.
God damn it, Baba's wife sold me out.
My smuggling scheme would have worked
Yeah.
perfectly.
The thing is that
It's
it's
not
not
like someone who matters.
it's not that Punk really is being blinded by just dislike of Triple H. He just thinks he's being worked. That's the thing. He thinks that Triple H and Kevin Nash set this whole thing up, and they're trying to lead Punk into this whole thing where he believes Triple H and he wants to fight for him. And it's going to be like that one episode of South Park where Cartman tricks the entire world into like this. That he's got another person living on his hand. That Jennifer Lopez is living on his hand. Anyone remember that episode?
Yeah, I remember that.
And the whole episode, he's just trying to convince Kyle that it's real. And at the end, he's like, okay, maybe I can kind of believe it. It's going to be, I got you kind of. That's what Punk thinks is happening.
Yeah.
Triple H has no need to do that because he's the fucking boss. And if that was his goal, why would he put his career on the line? It doesn't make sense.
At any rate, it's time to move on to SmackDown.
Well, is any of that frustrating for you?
No.
No.
No?
No, let's just get on with SmackDown because we've been talking about this for way longer than we probably should have.
Yeah. I think with just that part alone, it's going to be a 2-hour show.
Yeah. So, SmackDown. Stuff happened. The end.
Thank you. That's DarkMatch. Good night.
We love you.
Okay, in all honesty, SmackDown was all right.
Oh,
Yeah, SmackDown. I liked it a lot more than I liked Raw this week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I gotta say that. Especially the parts with Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, God bless him for finally getting the Intercontinental Championship to be important again.
I know, right?
Let's get some successful defenses and make Cody fucking awesome like he is. Or, well, more awesome.
But, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to start our review of Edge Appreciation Night.
Woo!
Yay! Adam Copeland!
Hurrah.
Which is funny, it's Edge Appreciation Night, but he only showed up, like, at the beginning and at the end.
Oh, they did more stuff off camera. It was like Edge Appreciation Night for the arena, not more so than for television. And they do that a lot. But we kick it off. Edge does come out. He gets a big old cheer and everything. They remind us that at the end of the show he's going to be hosting The Cutting Edge with Mark Henry and Randy Orton. He gets a big applause. Big applause. I mean, holy shit. Says he missed that kind of reaction. And basically says, you know, thank you to Toronto and he loves them and all that kind of mushy stuff. I don't know, it just seemed like, you know, they're just trying to set up, like, get him out there just to set up for the segment they wanted it to lead to, instead of really having anything good for him to be out, like, any good reason for him to be out there for, besides, it's Edge.
Yeah, it felt like he was just sort of meandering around until Cody came out.
Yeah.
You know, go out, don't have really anything scripted for you to say. Here's your basic guidelines. Just talk until Cody's music hits. And
you could look at it like, if anything, Edge was just there to get as a positive. You know, Edge was just there to just get more attention on Cody. I mean, Cody's been doing a great job getting attention on himself, but this is just one of his ways of putting over the new guys since he can't have, like, Cody put him in a move or something.
Yeah.
You can look at it that, too, like, you know, just as a positive angle. Like, oh, he's
I'm not at all complaining that Cody was involved. I mean, that's a great thing to do, is to get...
Oh, no, I wasn't insinuating you were.
That's
I was
awesome.
just another thing to look at it.
But it just felt like forced participation. Like, the situation was forced more than... Like,
maybe a little bit. Maybe it would have benefited a little bit if Cody had just come right out and just interrupted it right away.
Yeah.
So,
a pickier fan would be asking more questions and about why this happened instead of just going with it. But it's wrestling. Just go with it.
Yeah.
Interact.
He did say some funny things, like when he was just like, you know, it's weird. Every time I enter someplace, I'm always expecting pyrotechnics to go off and smoke and cheering, but every time I walk into a place now, it doesn't happen. It's very weird for me. And it's Edge being his awesome, loving self.
Yeah.
It's moments like that make you appreciate Edge.
So Cody does come out, And he opens his promo with a really...
Oh, God, you think if Goldberg, when he got out of his contract, he felt really lonely when he didn't have the security escort everywhere he went?
Like, oh, I miss these guys.
He's
Yeah,
got
they were
pictures
cool,
of him
man.
just crying a single tear as he caresses their face in the
He's at his home holding a picture of them at Denny's. Oh, this was us late at night.
sitting on the edge of his bed, like there's like Sarah McLachlan music playing in the background.
He's wearing white jammies.
So Cody comes out. So Cody comes out next, and he does something really weird, where he starts the promo off talking about how Edge really only came back because, you know, Edge is on a show called Haven that airs after SmackDown, and I think the directive was probably that Cody was supposed to seamlessly weave it in, but Cody just gives him the most blatant fucking plug ever, where he's just like, oh, well, Edge, I know you only came back to plug your new show on Sci-Fi, Haven, airing Friday nights after SmackDown. It's like, you're supposed to be a little bit more subtle there, Cody.
Or maybe you could look at it as another way.
More subtle than that, though, with a plug. It's like,
I mean, it was an... Oh, go right ahead, Divas.
I mean, like, unless they were expecting the commentators to say that airs after SmackDown on Friday nights at such and such time, unless they were expecting someone else to come, like, mic over say that, I don't see how that conversation could have gone any more naturally than what it was.
I mean, it was an obvious blatant plug, as we all recognize, but I'm just, like, to give it, one positive thing, or maybe give it a benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was supposed to make Cody look stupid. That, oh, I don't want to plug your stupid new show that comes on at 8:00 at night. I mean, yeah, it's blatant plugging it, but at the same time you can look at it as well. He's just.
I think it was more tongue in cheek, like not to make Cody look stupid or anything, but just tongue in cheek, like, well, we got to advertise this. How the fuck do we work it in? Who fucking cares? Just throw it in there.
Yeah, that's a better way to start.
I mean, everyone's gonna, no matter how subtle they do it, everyone's gonna recognize it for what it is. So just fucking do it. Go for the gold.
Yeah, but at any rate, Cody and Edge have a pretty good interaction. Cody's, talking about how Edge is still bitter, and Edge is, at least in real life, he is still kind of bitter because this wasn't the way he wanted to end his career at all. But, yeah, it's a good interaction. It ends up ending with Edge basically saying, you know what? You're so fucking boring, I'm just gonna fucking leave. You can keep talking, but I'm just gonna fucking go.
And that was really funny, too.
It's such an Edge thing to do.
Yeah.
Just like, you know what, dude? Fuck you. I'm not sitting here listening to your bullshit.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to make another South Park reference, but screw you guys, I'm getting him.
And then Cody goes on one of the best bitch fits ever. It's like, fine. Well, you know what? You in the front row, you're ugly. And you're ugly. And, okay, you definitely need a bag, mister.
And so he finally meets up with the guy who has a bag on his head, who proceeds to knock him the fuck out.
And people cheer thinking a fan finally took action against a heel, but then it's revealed to be the shocking, surprising Teddy Rhodes. And the crowd goes... makes a noise.
You said Teddy Rhodes. It's Ted DiBiase.
Oh, I made up a new persona. That's what I call them. They're both in a sketch.
Yeah.
Alright, I fucked up. So what? I don't care. Big deal. I've listened to her episode.
Magpie, you now have to say that every time you talk about Ted DiBiase.
Yes, that's my new thing.
Like every time I have to talk about John Laurinaitis, I have to say Johnny Ace, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's my new thing.
You did do it earlier.
Well, I didn't really say anything about Laurinaitis then.
Well, you want to do it now?
Oh yeah, Johnny Ace, motherfuckers!
But anyways, Ted DiBiase. Danger Zone!
Context, Tifus. Context.
I have none.
Ted DiBiase.
I know you like your
Ted DiBiase.
You don't want to talk about Ted DiBiase. He's boring.
Actually, I like what he's doing right now. This actually, I enjoyed this. I really did
Yeah.
enjoy this part.
Granted, though, when he first jumped he punched him, that was cool. But when he first jumped the guard and threw him against the rail, it's like, oh, God, that doesn't look convincing, dude. You got to make it up. And then when he got him in the ring, that was a beating.
They got some damn good pictures of Ted DiBiase out. It's like where he pulls the bag off his head. He's just like, so angry, staring at Cody Rhodes laying on the floor. Oh my God, don't touch me there. And, it was just so fucking funny to see Ted DiBiase actually show some emotion. I loved it. I fucking love it.
Yeah. Once they got in the ring, he really beat the crap out of him. I'm like, okay, that's a convincing beat up. He's gonna get his revenge.
Yeah. It's like, I've got the weirdest push boner right now.
I just hope. I was thinking because they didn't book an Intercontinental Championship, so obviously this is gonna be the match. You think he's gonna? I don't think they're gonna have Rhodes go over right away. I'm not go. Damn it! I don't forget who I'm talking about. I always mix these two fuckers up. They're not gonna have DiBiase to go over like right away, but I think probably the next couple of SmackDowns you can see him getting the belt soon, guys. That's what I was gonna ask. So I fumbled it.
I don't know.
Let's go back to Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, Teddy Rhodes.
At any rate,
between the two of them, there's enough charisma for one person. Too bad it's all in one person.
After that, we see Daniel Bryan and Sin Cara walking backstage, and
they're walking.
And our interest just went up.
And our next match on the card is
Sin Cara walking past the Takistan.
Bryan.
Daniel Bryan walking past the salad bar.
Damn it! It's Daniel Bryan versus Sin Cara. Did anyone expect this to be a bad match?
No. I mean, it was other Cara, but this was still a solid match. But then he's been having matches with other Cara, regular Cara.
Like, the post of this match, which we'll get to, is just so fucked up. I don't even remember the match. And by fucked up, I mean fucked up as in fucking hilarious. But the match itself, though.
I love right off the bat, like Danielson was just like, "All right, I'm fucking pissed. You kicked me the other day," and then bell rings, just starts beating the shit out of me. Like, he doesn't let up. He's like, he's pissed. He's like, you jumped me, and I'm really getting you back right now. And I like that intensity. They're letting Danielson get more aggressive. I hope that means we're gonna get way more moves peppered in, and we saw a good display of them with the strikes of the elbow strikes and the European uppercuts. But I hope that means we're gonna get more like aggressive, like more and more aggressive Bryan Danielson and new moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of like what we're looking to see from Daniel Bryan every week anyways, a new move, because that's what he told us he'd be trying to give us.
Oh, yeah, I would just like to see this new, like, aggressive connotation towards it, and then maybe a heel turn. I mean, it doesn't have to be a heel turn, like, right away, but if it could be, like, he starts using just more vicious moves, or he doesn't really let go, or he starts doing the I have till 5 thing.
I don't know, I really just wish they'd make a way for him to challenge for the Raw title, just so when it's John Cena versus The Rock at WrestleMania for the title, before the match even starts, he just runs in and lays them both out with the briefcase, cashes it in and pins John Cena real quick and runs out, so they're like, what the fuck just happened? We got this match to do, but the title's gone.
That'd be awesome.
Funny.
Do it anyway?
I wish.
So Daniel Bryan ends up winning by disqualification. After the match, Sin Cara is all pissy because he didn't realize that he didn't know that beating the fuck out of someone in the corner while the referee is instituting a 5 count will typically get your ass disqualified.
It's because the ref didn't say Cinco.
Wait a minute, that's not the real Sin Cara. The real Sin Cara would have known the English or understood it.
No, it's the other way around.
No, it's the other way around.
But speaking of the original Sin Cara, Sin Cara's music and pyro goes off. And
again.
Sin Cara is on the stage while Sin Cara is in the ring. Oh my god, my mind is blown.
Yes, in honor of Christopher Says who can't be here today, I know we make this joke a bunch of times, and I said it on the forums, but I'll say it again, just in his honor, because he's not here with us. Oh my god, I'm seeing double! 4 Sin Caras!
And you know what? I know Arrow gave me shit about this, and I know he's probably going to give me shit about it now in the chat. Yeah, I'm watching you, motherfucker. But I called it. I was the only one out of all of us who called they were going this spring. And I don't care if a lot of people called it. You were saying they were sending Mystico back to Mexico. All right? Remember that when it first happened? So you can't say shit.
I don't think you were the only one that called this.
I was the only one out of any of us. I don't remember any of you saying that's what they were doing.
And Arrow's response is, oh no, they did send him back to Mexico. That's where he lives. Smart ass motherfucker.
At any rate,
Then they brought him back. Shut up, Arrow.
why are we done? Let's move on. Sin Cara meets Sin Cara. Sin Cara meets Hurricane, because that's what we're calling him.
Let's just
Mystico
refer to them
meets
as Mystico and Hanako so we don't get confused.
Yeah, Mystico comes down to the ring, and Unico is
In the ring.
basically they have a pose off where they're silently saying, "You're not Sin Cara, I'm Sin Cara. No, I'm Sin Cara." And like, first of all, Unico has like a fucking foot on Sin Cara.
And
Or
a
if
muffin
not a
top.
foot, he's got a good. If not a foot, he's got a good like 6 inches of height on him.
He's got a muffin top, too.
Yeah. So it should have been obvious, but
Two Sin Caras? How'll I ever tell them apart? Which one do I shoot?
shoot
me, I'm the real
the
one.
taller one.
Shoot the one that just kicked your ass.
But yeah, we're gonna have Mystico versus Unico, which I'm not mad at.
No, I can't complain.
And it'll
It's
be
gonna
a
lead to good
pointing
wrestling.
match to end all pointing matches.
Oh yes, there will be pointing.
Pointing in every direction. Pointing.
The battle of the indexes.
And meanwhile, the announcers, who by the way, the announcers
Tag
get
them
a
out to see the
special.
ring finger.
The announcers get a special mention tonight because they were particularly fucking horrible. So there's so much fucking shit that they said, but I
honestly think Michael Cole reads the script and goes, "Yeah, fuck this. I'm not going to try tonight." Another night, he's like, "Hey, this is not bad. I'll give it a shot." This is one of those former nights, not the latter night.
Yeah.
So he's like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Okay.
The difference is, it doesn't matter. Nicolas Cage is good whether he's trying or not.
So we see footage of Mark Henry beating up Orton when Orton was in the steel cage, and we come back from commercial. Teddy is in his office with Long Island IC, and Zach brings up the fact that Orton and Henry are going to be in the ring together, and it's probably not likely that they're not going to beat the piss out of each other. And Teddy.
And this is where Teddy Long keeping it real would come in handy, because Teddy Long keeping it real would just be like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Every time I go near these morons, they're gonna beat the hell out of each other. Don't tell me you're a pussy. I go out there every time knowing that's gonna happen. Long Island bitch."
But Teddy basically, this segment exists because so Teddy could say that the no contact rule has been revoked because it's more convenient for the angle, and the fucking Oksana's music that always plays when Oksana shows up. I don't get what they're doing.
Just wait till they reintroduce Brodus Clay and have Brodus Clay smell.
It did make me laugh just because I was just thinking the possibilities of the funny things I would want Teddy Long to say, like, as soon as Oksana shows up, "Woman, don't sneak up on me," like that. And then Oksana says some sexual innuendos, and Teddy Long looks in the camera, "Well, player, the ladies like it long," and then winks.
Wow.
That's our Quagmire.
So does anyone notice every time Teddy Long is just in, just anywhere in any one of those stadiums, just in the backstage, somehow a picture of Martin Luther King will follow him?
Well, he carries that shit around with him.
Yeah, he puts it on top of his laptop when he goes through airport security.
I know. I was just wondering if he does that himself, because I was always wondering if the WWE just put that in the background just for like, oh, okay, we're respecting Teddy, so parody.
Yeah, he does it himself, Magpie.
Oh, okay, now I know it's from him. So it's from a pure place. Yep. I can't criticize. I just had to know.
Yeah, it's all personal things. Just him.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's like his internet championship.
Never mind. Okay, it's a pure place, so I know it's from the right place.
Anyway.
So goddamn gullible.
I'm not gullible. I just believe a lot of things people tell me. Oh, wait.
Anyways, basically this whole segment is here just so we can see Trish. Trish is back tonight. Yay. Match number 2. AJ versus Beth Phoenix. AJ wore a cute outfit and Beth Phoenix won. There we go.
All right, what's next?
I would do things to AJ.
Was really good.
I would totally do things to AJ, like play Halo and
although I'm with
Soul Calibur.
I'm sick of that fucking pandering to geeks. Like, they need every demographic. Now we have a hot chick, the geek goddess.
Yeah.
I hate disingenuous attempts to try to reach out to nerds like myself.
I would totally go to Comic-Con with her.
Of course, we all would. The pandering, just insulting.
Anyways,
I would buy riff tracks with her.
Oh, yes.
Well, you know what? If they're going to pander to us, let her win once in a while.
I know, right?
Yeah, that would be nice.
I mean, I don't expect her to beat Beth Phoenix, but come on.
Not right off the bat, no.
Well, at least in this stage of the career, she improves and peppers in some new moves and has some time to showcase. I would like to see that.
So,
as long as she doesn't get any bullshit Kelly stink face or Eve slap the ass moves.
Well, naturally.
So after that, we go to commercial and we come back. First, we see an awesome video package for Sheamus, and then we see Edge standing in the back talking about yoga, and who should show up but our good old friend Christian.
I love this little "Hey baby" at Trish Stratus he gave at the start of that.
Yeah.
Remember when we had something? Go away.
I'm not blonde anymore. Go away.
Christian actually says that it's nice to see Trish when, she has something to sell. Why doesn't anyone ever say that to The Rock?
God bless you.
Because he will lay the smackdown on them.
He'll product drop, like Fruity Pebbles and things like that. But yeah, Christian pretty much just comes up to say, "Hey Edge, I'm sorry for being such a bitch. I'm sorry things got bad between us. You're my brother. You're like a brother to me. Let's hug it out, man. Let's hug it out." And they go in for a hug, and he goes, "By the way, we can go out there to do your thing tonight. Could you maybe stop by Teddy Long's office and tell him to give me one more title match?" And Edge just looks at him and says, "You need to grow a pair," and just walks away.
Yeah.
No, Christian kind of flips at him and he's like, "Oh man, I know, you're all the same. I fed up with this world. Everybody betrayed me."
It's bullshit. I did not lose that match.
I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Magpie.
It's just too easy.
The funny thing is, Mark is Undertaker's real name. I wonder if anyone would have the balls to go up to him and say that.
I would.
I would.
And I would run like a bitch.
I think DDP did, but we didn't hear from him much after that.
I would find out where he lives and go put a sign in his yard that says your real name is Mark.
And then Zack Ryder stops by and he basically passes the buck. Is like, "Hey Edge, by the way, I want you to tell Mark and Randy that there's no contact." And then Zack runs away.
I love Trish's reaction. She instantly goes, "Wasn't that the internet champion?"
And it's just like, dude, I don't even fucking know anymore.
I love that they're picking up on that and running with it because it really is just fucking funny. Is that an actual title belt? I hope they never change the title belt either, so it's always Zack Ryder's hair and sunglasses. Even if someone else holds the title. That's what I hope.
They could make it like the hardcore title. Like, that's how you win it.
What, spike your hair?
No, it was like you had to post up a YouTube channel just randomly 24/7. You post up a YouTube channel and get so many hits, you win the internet championship, and it could be at any given time.
That'd be so dumb.
Our match.
It's dumb, but fun to watch.
You can only defend the internet championship on the internet, so you have to record it and post it on YouTube.
But our next little segment is first we see footage from last week when Sheamus was attacked by Christian. And before the match starts, Sheamus cuts a promo. And, yeah, Sheamus cuts a promo. The match is Wade Barrett and Christian versus Sheamus. And a particularly, what's the word I'm looking for? Didn't someone say that he looked like a character from One Piece?
Yeah, I said that. You promptly corrected me, so I said, all right, let's go with Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. He's just pulling things out of those tights, throwing monsters out there for people to fight. It's like, where are you keeping your Pokeballs? Oh, you know how they shrink down when you press the button?
That's just a wow. This match.
That's an ultra rare card. Where did you find that one? Well, funny
I don't
story.
even know where we're going with this segment.
So, what did everyone think of the match?
The match was actually really damn good.
I like Wade Barrett's new coat.
It was kind of weird because the majority of this match was watching Justin Gabriel get the crap kicked out of him. Because, like, the entire 3/4 of this match, he's in there and he's getting almost no offense in. And it's not until around the end when Sheamus gets tagged in, who basically goes wreck shit on both of them. And
I'm still having trouble thinking of Justin Gabriel as a face.
Well, they turned the face at the
I know. It's just, to me, it's just still after all he's done, all of a sudden he's just the blue chip babyface now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I only tried to ruin the fucking company, but I'm a good guy now.
It's like everything about his personality that was established, just fucking erased.
Wait, there was stuff established about his personality before?
Yes, that he really, really liked hitting the 450 splash and looked evil when he hit it, and that it really hurt his ribs.
Yeah. And
knocked the wind out of him too.
That was his character.
It could be worse. It could be Heath Slater.
Heath Slater.
We'll get to him.
We'll get to Heath Slater.
Winner of the match is Sheamus and Justin Gabriel. After the match, Christian tries to sneak up on Sheamus, but Sheamus has his Irish senses or something, and
that is so racist. You do not have extra Irish sense.
You should.
Yeah, I know we should, but we don't. Don't be racist, man.
You say more than 4 racist things to me on a regular fucking basis.
Do not.
Ebony and ivory. What's the rest of the lyrics to that song? We need some unity. Come on, people.
In perfect harmony.
The rest of it is about a glass of chocolate milk because you're half black, half white, so you have to mix it, and Ray Noggin said it, so it's not racist. Awkward.
Wow. Okay, so let's just move right on to our next match, which is Great Khali versus Heath Slater. This match was stupid. That's all I have to say.
Of course it was stupid. It was like 3 minutes, and most of it was Jinder Mahal screaming and...
The only good match you've ever gotten out of Heath Slater was him versus Fake Sin Cara. Think about that. It's like let's put him with guys that'll make him look good. Holy shit, no one can make him look good. Well, fuck this guy. Let's put him with someone who's gonna look shitty with him either way. So let's put him with Sin Cara because he's botching everything. Holy shit, that was a good. What the fuck? The fuck, Heath? Okay, let's put him with someone else that's going to look shitty with him. Let's put him with Great Khali. God damn it, Heath! What the fuck?
Okay. The gist of this match is that Jinder Mahal interrupts near the end and starts shouting, and he causes a DQ and starts attacking Khali. But here's the funny thing. Heath Slater still tries to keep getting involved. Why? He has nothing to do with this feud. He lost his match. He could just leave, walk away.
He is
and
just so happy to still have a job. He is not going to give up on TV. You know what? Fuck it. I used to be like, oh guys, come on, let's stop making fun of him that much. He's still young. He's still new. He's still developing. Let's give him a chance. This, that, and the other. No, fuck this guy. It's been how many years since he's been on television?
His presence amuses me.
How many years has it been since he first appeared on television? And goddamn, X-Pac evolved more than this fucker. This guy. No, seriously, the next time I want to see him, I hope it's like right after someone comes up to him and just buzzes a square of hair off his head with a razor. Just, like Jackass style.
You know the worst part is that Jinder is so much worse.
Dude, Jinder makes some of the funniest fucking faces, though.
Well, so does Heath, but that doesn't make them talented.
They could be a good tag team, like a good jobber tag team. Like,
I want you to think of Jinder Mahal and Heath Slater's face during sex.
Oh!
I just ruined Heath's day.
Basically what you're saying is that they could be the new Lowdown.
Yeah, until Magpie just went and made them into a fucking porn.
Ruined your day. I'm happy.
Is that the latest chapter in War Machine's Jeff Jarrett / Vic?
No, it just doesn't involve Jeff Jarrett.
Oh.
But don't give him ideas, Magpie, you son of a bitch.
Man, I don't want to continue this fiction. I was just happy ruining it with unpleasant imagery.
So, our next match is going to be, first, before our next match, R-Truth and The Miz debut their new rap song entitled You Suck.
Oh, why couldn't it be people over there go die?
Back with this. I fucking love it.
They need to get their timing better, though.
Yeah, but Mrs. White, it's okay.
Yeah, Miz can't keep a beat.
I think that's part of the point.
But anyway,
what's your take on this?
The match is Evan Bourne versus R-Truth. Good little 5-10 minute match.
You sound depressed.
10 minute?
I said 5 or 10.
It wasn't even 5.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes at most.
Okay.
It was about the length of a Minor Threat song.
I think Kelly got more screen time this week.
Oh, God damn it. That's depressing.
You can get with this, you can get with that. I'm just saying.
Well, despite its length, it was still a solid match, and it's at least got me excited to see the tag match this Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Too bad most of it was held in a chin walk.
Well, we couldn't have them. They couldn't have a nice lengthy match because we had to have this big, boring, fucking talking segment at the end of the show.
Boring? How dare you say something involving Orton is boring?
Oh, it was involving both Orton and Mark Henry.
Exactly.
And on that note, I'm going to the bathroom.
God damn it, Magpie.
We're not even there yet.
No, we are there. Because...
Yeah, this is the last part of the show, isn't it?
Is it? We didn't even get to the finish of this match.
Okay, shooting star press, R-Truth moves out of the way, fucking Truth axe kick, 1, 2, 3, Truth wins.
There we go. Alright, now we're on this part. Good God.
So, yeah, we get to this part where Edge hosting the Cutting Edge with Randy Orton and Mark Henry And if this isn't an illustration in how much I do not give a shit about these two people fucking wrestling together, I don't know what fucking is.
It's not that I don't give a shit about Randy Orton. I don't give a shit about Mark Henry.
I just don't want to see Mark Henry's nasty, sweaty ass on my TV anymore.
You don't care. I understand.
He's been on TV how many years now in this most recent run? And
15 altogether.
You know they have a shortage of like guys they want to push at that level.
He's never gotten over.
Yeah.
Or he kind of gets over, but it's never a thing where you're like, wow, that guy should be in the main event. It's just, no one gets...
He's got the same role as Kane, except without the popularity.
And
yeah, it's like when he beat Sheamus last year. It felt, it was a feel-good moment. Like, oh, good. Well, maybe it was this year. I don't remember. But it was, oh, good. He won because he got a victory. Good for him. I don't care about him being the world title.
Mark Henry winning is a feel-good victory?
Well, just for that moment where I'm like, hey, cool. He hasn't won a match.
He's winning off and on for 15 years. They do this stop-start. That's why I had a problem with him saying that he's never been the number one contender.
Yeah, he's always been the number one contender. Whenever they have a shortage of people, whenever someone gets injured, oh shit, we don't have any people. This guy's not ready to be pushed up yet. Mark Henry, get in there.
Fuck, no one gives a shit about Mark Henry. I'm sorry, and the way they're leaning, it seems like they're going to give him a pat on the back kind of title run. I honestly don't want to see it. What's Mark Henry gonna do that's gonna fucking impress us? He's not a guy that's gonna be your world champion. He's the guy that you only give your belt. You only give Mark Henry the belt for two reasons. One, to break the long fucking streak of not having an African American world champion on either fucking show. And two, just to say, hey, good job for sticking around for 15 years.
Except with that, I wouldn't even do it for that, because he's never been over. Never. He's a solid hand, he's a reliable worker. No one still gives a shit about him. This is wrestling. It takes more than being good at, the athletic stuff to be worth having around.
Basically, this segment ends. Mark Henry and Randy Orton beat each other up. And
what? Violence in a talking segment on a wrestling show?
And then, presumably, because there wasn't a wrestling school anywhere near the arena, a bunch of the actual wrestlers had to come on, and they did the pull-apart brawl kind of thing.
Yeah, no wrestling schools around. We're just in the middle of Canada!
And,
Hello, Lance Storm.
Yeah. They had the pull-apart brawl with those guys, and Henry ends up getting the better of it. He gives him the world's strongest slam several times, and yeah.
That 7 times makes a move look more devastating and impressive.
So yeah, that was SmackDown. Pretty good until the end.
Yeah, can't complain. I like SmackDown.
So with that, we're gonna quickly run down the card for Night of Champions. Starting from what we presume to be the bottom of the card, it's gonna be Cody Rhodes versus Ted DiBiase for the WWE Intercontinental Championship, and I expect Cody to still walk out with the belt.
Yeah. Matches out of this.
I'm with that sentiment. I mean, and I hope that happens too, but I just hope that DiBiase is still kept interesting or just kind of goes for it. He's like an adversary or he's kept in the picture, so that way he challenges it again, and it's the time when he goes over, it's going to mean something.
Yeah. You know what? I think they should give the whole Silent Rage gimmick to Ted DiBiase. He's just sitting in the back, not minding his own business, eating his Cheerios, whatever. Be quiet, no charisma, no real flair or anything like that, nothing special. All of a sudden, someone runs by him, just barely bumps his shoulder, and he just gets that wide-eyed look.
he just fucking starts throwing people.
The camera slowly closes in on his face as his eyes slowly go wide.
And then Black Sabbath starts playing out of nowhere.
I can actually get behind that.
And he never opens his mouth. His mouth is just closed, not smiling, not frowning or anything. It's just the only emotion is in those wide fucking eyes. Okay. And that's it. That's the whole fucking thing. He just goes nuts on little shit like that. Like a ref forces him to break a hold because the guy got to the ropes, just goes wide-eyed and looks at the ref like, oh shit, and just destroys the fucker after that.
So the next match on the card is the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE United States Championship. It's Dolph Ziggler versus Jack Swagger versus Alex Riley versus John Morrison. I want to say one of the faces is going to win it just because Swagger and Ziggler are... Basically, Swagger and Ziggler are going to fuck each other over, and then either Riley or Morrison are going to win the belt.
I'm going to put my money on Alex Riley just because I think Morrison is still kind of recovering from the whole Melina fiasco.
Yeah,
he's in matches, but they're not going to give him a title just yet.
And it's pretty much a doghouse.
It's probably going to be caused by Swagger costing Ziggler the title in some way, and it'll.
If things keep going the way they've been going, I think you're more likely to see Ziggler cost Swagger the title on purpose.
Well, yeah, it'll probably go both ways actually.
I think Ziggler's going to start it though, and he's going to be the one that does it to the worst degree. Like,
in fact, I can probably see the end of this match coming, where like. They're getting in each other's faces. They start pushing each other back and forth. They brawl to the outside. Meanwhile, Morrison and Riley are still having the match inside the ring. One of them pins the other.
Yeah.
Either that or they do the argument thing, but Morrison just flies in, takes out both of them, and then hits the finisher. Or after he takes out both of them, then Alex gets the pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly see one of the heels actually retaining, though, to be honest with you.
If someone's going to retain, I would hope it's Ziggler, just because I don't like fucking Swagger, but yeah, I'm still gonna roll with the faces in this one.
I actually think, you know what, now that you say that, I think Swagger's gonna win it just because I don't see them investing, like putting the title on either of these faces yet, for different reasons. And I think it gives more motivation for Ziggler to be a pissy little bitch about Vicky or Swagger, if, you know, he took my woman, he took my title, he took my job! You know,
our next match is
Yeah.
going to be Randy Orton versus Mark Henry for the World Heavyweight Champion.
No one cares. Moving on. Next match.
Keith said it best.
I have a feeling Mark Henry's going to... I don't want him to win it. I don't.
He's not going to.
I don't.
If he wins, I swear to God, I'm going to quit watching Raw or SmackDown or one of the two. Because, honestly, if he wins, if he's the champion, that's worse than Khali being the champion.
Wow.
No, I swear to God, that's how I feel about it, because...
Damn, dude, I mean, I know you disliked it, but that much?
No, at least with Khali, you got the whole, freaking nature by size thing going.
Huh. Wow, you
Mark
must really
Henry's been
hate
beaten
that.
so many times by so many people.
No, I get where you're coming from, but it's just, wow, it's perplexing.
And despite Khali's lack of skill, all he's got to do is get a hold of you. They've established all he's got to do is get a hold of you, and it's over.
Yeah.
So
on a random day, if he figures out, even if briefly and forgets it again, oh shit, all I got to do is squeeze the head, that's the whole match. But Mark Henry, fuck no.
So are you going to pick Randy Orton then?
He better win.
Backlash?
I'm going to have to go with Randy Orton too, because I just cannot buy Mark Henry as a credible champion. And to be honest, I don't even want to say anything bad about Mark Henry, but for a guy to have been in the company that long and had only 2 minor title runs, I just can't really see him getting to that level. I mean, last year he was practically a jobber a year ago.
Magpie?
My pessimism is getting in the way of this, so I'm just going to go with the worst possible thing and think Mark Henry is going to just get the belt. I have nothing against Mark Henry. It doesn't interest me as a wrestler, but that's not the worst thing. That's the only bad thing I could say about him. Yeah, kind of don't care. But I've had to pick Mark Henry.
Alright, I want to call fucking Air Boom Air Jamaica, or fucking...
Let's just call
Or
him Cool
Jamaican.
Runnings. We call him Cool Runnings.
Or Jamaican.
I would welcome calling them Cool Runnings. It's better than Air Boom. Or Airborne Kings, or something, or...
Born Jamaican.
Air Boom sucks. Anyways.
Air Boom does suck.
Yeah, Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston versus Miz and R-Truth. Or as they have been called, Truth and Mizdom.
I see Air Boom retaining just because Miz and R-Truth have a lot more momentum without the titles than Air Boom will without the titles.
Yeah, I already said that them not having the titles, that'll be able to further their whole conspiracy theory plot.
Whereas Air Boom does not have the titles. It's like, why does Air Boom exist?
It's a conspiracy! Little Jimmy cost me the tag team titles!
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bourne and Kingston here, too. Magpie.
I want them to win just because, like, what I believe about booking, I think I would make them look strong. And the conspiracy, like, you guys brought the point of the conspiracy thing, and it will flare that angle. But just for the sake of champions being strong champions, I want those guys to win. But it's going to be a cool match. I'm going to be stoked to watch it.
Yeah, when there has to appear to be an element of shenanigans to Miz and Truth. I almost said Miz and Morrison. God, those were the days. But not necessarily actual shenanigans going on, just so that they think there is.
Yeah.
Something that they can point to. And really, this more speaks, like, more than them being able to, carry on with their thing without the titles, the heels. I think it speaks more to they really need to establish these guys as a legitimate unit, as a tag team, instead of two individuals lumped together. If they're really serious about injecting some life into the fucking tag team division. I don't buy Miz and Truth as a unit tag team.
Yeah. Next up, probably not... Well, actually, because it's the bathroom break match, it might be this high up on the card. It's Kelly versus Beth Phoenix. God, I want Beth to win.
Beth Phoenix, please.
If Beth Phoenix doesn't win, then what has been the point of the past 2 months of this Divas of Destruction thing?
If it's consistent with how well they booked the Divas in general, I'm going to say Kelly.
And that's the truth. I mean, we can just like.
If you go by that logic, Kelly is
happen.
If you go by that logic, Kelly is going to be Divas champion forever.
No.
Okay, so I say Beth. Tifa says Kelly. Backlash.
Beth.
Magpie.
Isn't it abundantly obvious who I'm rooting for in this?
So, the next match is going to be CM Punk versus Triple H. No disqualifications, and if CM Punk wins, Triple H resigns as COO. This match is going to have shenanigans.
Triple H wins by shenanigans.
Triple H wins by shenanigans.
Although
I think Punk will bring Wise out, shine him.
Kevin Nash will appear and cause Triple H to win by disqualification.
You see, I'm thinking just the opposite. I'm pretty sure. Wait, disqualification in a no holds barred match?
Yes, no disqualification.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay. What am I smoking?
But you see, here's what I'm thinking.
Close your goddamn window, Jesus.
I'm starting to think.
That's a lie. It is.
My theory is that Kevin Nash is going to cost Triple H the match, and then John Laurinaitis is going to take control of the company.
Yeah, that's my thinking too.
Oh shit, you might be
right. And then the funny thing is, CM Punk is still going to be all like, you're still fucking with me.
If they do that, that's seriously just going to ruin the CM Punk character. Just like, pull your head out of ass.
And our main event is for the WWE Championship, Alberto Del Rio versus John Cena.
Del Rio.
Del Rio.
Del Rio.
Cena.
Really?
Del Rio wins cleanly.
Well, like I said, I just feel like they do that thing all the time where they have someone win the Money in the Bank and then the person loses it almost immediately, and just to kind of be a dry run of the title.
Oh, I've got a very good reason to pick Del Rio to win and hold the title at least to Survivor Series.
All right, shoot.
He has a hidden contact.
Or maybe it depends on when it lies in there, but maybe. Wait, which comes first, Vengeance or Hell in a Cell?
Hell in a Cell.
Okay, he's gonna hold it at least till Vengeance, and maybe even Survivor Series.
All right. So that's gonna be it for the card. So I guess it's time to play everyone's favorite game show. What gets more screen time than
Tyson Kidd?
Tyson Kidd?
Tyson Kidd.
I'm going to go and say...
Tyson Kidd got screen time.
Huh?
He got screen time.
Wait, he did? Oh, right, he was in the pull-apart brawl.
Yeah.
Dave Hart Smith.
Still in the company?
No.
Well, you know what? What I've got to say still got more screen time than Tyson Kidd.
Everyone got screen time this month just because they were all in the pull apart brawl.
See, I told you guys, they watch our show. They just purposely did that to troll us.
Fucking A, McMahon.
Was
somewhere in Connecticut.
I know. What got more screen time than Eve?
Thank God.
Or Melina.
Oh, actually, that actually makes it better because what got more screen time than Eve Torres?
Everything. And we're thanking Jesus for it.
Screen time than Eve Torres.
Wait, what?
Did anyone else see that sign?
No.
Oh, the sign.
What sign?
At Eve Torres, I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Alex Riley, slippy slip.
That has to be a dark match, man. With a hope.
Okay, that's
Alex,
enough.
get over here. I have a bread roll I want to make better.
Stop. What else?
Alex, raise the turkey.
What else got more screen time than Jay Lethal, goddammit? I mean, not Lethal, Eve Torres.
The woman that Zack Ryder ran past.
Oh, God damn it. The
Alex,
show always takes a bad turn.
Need to hurry up and end it. My mouth is getting dry.
So anyway, that's going to be it for the Dark Match this week. As usual, I'm No Leaf Clover.
I'm in the danger zone!
Out!
I'm Magpie.
I am your foxy friend Backlash, and if you actually are watching Hulk Hogan's Micro Championship Wrestling, please vacate the planet. I do not wish to share my existence with you.
Good night and good luck, everybody.